Welcome to the Mike and You podcast. This is your boy, Big Frenchie, aka the Mike816 on Twitter, the Mike816 on Instagram, the Mike816 on Snapchat, the Mike816 on Spill. Shout out to the Aura. And more importantly,
Why
the
you always shouting out
Mike816
the R like he invented Spill or something?
on Blue Sky, baby.
Why
Hit
you always
me up.
shouting out the R like he invented Spill or he has stock? He might have stock in Spill, but still,
The R is the one who told me about Spill.
Spill sucks. Spill sucks.
Don't do that.
Just saying. We keep it moving.
Have you ever tried Spill? Introduce
I
yourself.
have it on the phone. I'm getting, now that we're talking about it, I'm gonna get rid of it because no.
Introduce yourself.
IMUINKC. That's the letter, not the word. Yes, indeed.
All right. Before we start, two major announcements, right? Next week,
What is Big Frenchie CA?
Where do you see CA? Canada, bro. But where you see
I
CA?
think CA stands for California.
Where you see CA at?
Where do I see Big Frenchie at?
On the screen.
CA's on the screen too, bro.
It's a flag. An emoji. It's not the emoji on the screen?
No, bro.
It's an emoji on my name. With
It
the great
says-
state of Canada flag.
It says Big Frenchie CA at the Mike816.
Oh, well, it's a flag on my screen.
Oh,
Of the emoji.
okay.
Of the great
I just-
state of Canada
I just-
flag.
I just had to ask. Prime Minister.
French
had to
side of
ask.
Canada, baby. Montreal.
I had to ask. We keep it moving.
All right. So back to being serious. We off next week, right? So happy Mother Day
Mother Day.
all the mothers out there that listen.
See, now this is if I thought about it, I would have played Mr. T's.
I love my mama.
Oh man, every year that's my favorite.
Also to our male listeners, happy Mother Day to y'all mothers, y'all wives, y'all girlfriends, y'all significant others that
No,
got kids.
I didn't know where you were going with that, but cool.
Don't do that. But we'll be back the following week because May 14th is scheduled release date.
Boom, baby.
And we gotta give out all our early preseason predictions.
I'll be able to look at games that I can look at and be like, yeah, I can't afford to go to that one. That's
all up for you. You got that damn football team of yourself.
Hey, man. Just because yours are older don't mean you ain't got one too, bruh. By the by, my kids start calling me bro. What's up with that? They start early. I thought they don't start that till like 13.
Nah, bro.
My sons have started talking about bro. So I just started calling them bro. Anyway, we keep it moving.
And also, if you're going out tonight to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, please be safe.
Hold on.
Get an Uber.
It is
driver.
not Cinco de Mayo.
It's Cinco de Mayo weekend, bro. The
No,
5th is
it's
Monday.
not. The 5th is Monday.
So this weekend, everybody's celebrating, bro.
Oh my God.
Canelo fight tonight.
Yeah, the Canelo fight is tonight. I knew
Garcia
that.
lost last night.
Yeah, I saw that. Too.
So what I'm saying is, there's a lot of people that's celebrating.
Yeah,
Get an Uber.
Makes sense. Yes, please.
Lyft, get a designated driver.
Or don't drink the margaritas. How about that?
Okay, President Trump.
How about don't drink the margaritas?
I'd be a dictator.
I'm just saying, you don't have to drink. It doesn't have to be a thing.
816-654-6883 is the number.
Just eat your fajitas sober.
Who does that?
Oh my goodness.
Huh?
Anyway, we keep it moving.
We gonna start off with last week voicemail from Dr. Marcus down in Alabama, our favorite dentist. So Alabama area, look up Dr. Marcus. Get your teeth fixed. I need like a 20% plug for that one, Dr. Marcus.
I knew you was gonna ask for it. I thought you was
bro.
gonna do it after the show.
I could make him do it when he come home.
Yeah, no.
To KC.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, we're gonna start that off. Then we're gonna give out grades. So let's roll.
The worst time of the year for me when I was in school. Worst time. We keep it moving.
Sorry, man. On the shit.
What? Are you kidding me? Do you know my father? No, you don't know him like that. You might not. You've never met father you, but you met Pastor you.
Pastor
you never met Father you.
Pastor you that loves wrestling.
Oh. Grandfather you is different. As a different breed, different dude. Father you, oh no, that's militant. Anyway, militant. Anywho,
back to Dr. Marcus.
Time for the
there we go. There we go.
Hello, this is Marcus. Just want to chime in on the Shedeur Sanders slipping in the draft. I mean, I hate it for him, and I think a lot of teams are actually gonna regret it. He's not as explosive as Lamar. Doesn't have the pedigree of Jalen Hurts, but I mean, he just wins everywhere he goes, and it's unfortunate that sometimes people are so small-minded and their egos are so little that him having Deion Sanders as a dad is fantastic dad. That kind of gets overshadowed, and maybe it's because he's more out there. But I mean, the Mannings they got Eli away from the Chargers into New York Giants, so they were pulling strings. And I mean, in my opinion, Shedeur's a better draft prospect than Eli Manning was. So I think some of it too is an indictment, just on their small-mindedness and their little egos or their big egos, and but also it's an indictment on franchises' lack of trust and faith in their coaches' ability to scheme and to develop players. And so I mean,
I don't know what's going on.
If you have a guy who could potentially be your starter for 10 or 15 years and you pass on him to get, I mean, even like Jacksonville, they trade up for Travis. Now they have Trevor Lawrence, but I mean Cleveland, I mean they should be going for broke for quarterback. So I mean you can look at a lot of teams that should have pulled the trigger. The Raiders could have pulled the trigger. I mean I thought honestly that the Rams might go for him when they traded back, but so Minnesota could go get second bite at apple. Now they got JJ McCarthy, but I just feel like Shedeur is going to be a much better quarterback to give him credit for. Now his athleticism is in there, the arm strength, but you just can't teach the poise and the processing ability. So I just can't wait for him to make a lot of guys eat their doubt. So all right, that's all I got. And I love the G stick as well. So I like stashing a guy who would have gone top 5 pick if he wasn't hurt.
All right, thanks, Dr. Marcus, for the call. Sorry we couldn't get it last week, but you're here on this week.
Yep.
So,
do you got draft grades?
Yeah.
What?
I'm Big Frenchie, buddy.
Shocked.
I got. Sorry,
that's one thing we do know. Is you Big Frenchie. We know that.
All right, we're gonna start with the Arizona Cardinals.
Blind Big Frenchie.
I am. We're gonna go alphabetical order.
What? You gonna go alphabetical orders to the AFC, NFC? Shocked. Because I definitely label mine NFC, AFC, but we can go in alphabetical order. It's fine. I'm good with it.
Arizona Cardinals.
I give them a B. Oh, actually,
I give them.
They really get a B +/A. They went all defense on this draft.
So I'm about to. I'm not gonna tell y'all the number like first round, second round. It's whatever it is. That's what they picked them as.
Overall,
right? Yeah, like
okay.
Round 1, they picked number 16.
You said no.
No. But what I'm saying is giving an example.
Okay.
So then there are other picks. So they got defensive tackle Waller Nolan from Mississippi, cornerback Will Johnson from Michigan, edge Jordan Birch from Oregon, linebacker Cody Simon from Ohio State, cornerback Denzel Burke from Ohio State, offensive guard, I'm about to say OG, Hayden Connor from Texas, safety Kenton Crawford from Nevada. They went all defense, and they need help on defense.
All defense, and you know what's his face? Their coach is a defensive guy. Gannon is a defensive guy. So I think their team was like middle to bottom of the pack in most significant defensive rankings. So infused talent. I mean, you get as much talent as you can.
I'll give him a B. I would have gave him an A if they got a quarterback.
Okay. All right.
This is you know how I feel about the
y'all know what I talk. Y'all see what I'm talking about? See, I was about to say something. You not gonna get me to go there.
Atlanta
Kyler Murray was the best quarterback in the city adjacent to the land of Oz. And if you don't get it, you won't get it. But he was the best quarterback available there. So they didn't have to pay him, but they did. But whatever. We keep it moving.
Atlanta Falcons. I give him a C.
I mean,
they got Edge, John Walker.
See?
John Walker.
Seems a little low to me. But this is your grade. I mean,
what's your grade?
Mine is B.
Okay, they got Edge, Jalen Walker from Georgia, Edge, James Pierce Jr.
They drafted him before the Eagles could.
Safety Xavier Watts from Notre Dame, safety Billy Bowman Jr. Oklahoma, and offensive tackle Jack Nelson Wisconsin.
Yeah. They need as much talent as possible. They don't have it at the quarterback. Well, hold on. What's old boy's name?
Oh,
quarterback.
Bo Penix. Yes. Michael Penix.
Bo Penix. Yeah, Michael Penix. And I don't like the way you say Penix. Penix. It sounds weird and it's too close to
I pronounce every syllable, baby.
Close to the other one.
Get your mind out the gutter.
Yeah, my mind's not in the gutter. It's just the way you said it, you weirdo.
That's the nicest thing you ever said.
They went a lot of defense here, which is cool. I think they went all defense. Nope, they had a tackle.
The offensive tackle, Jack Nelson.
Yeah, but I think they're at the point where they just need talent. Like, they just need as much talent as possible. I'm surprised that there is no wide receiver here.
They need one.
Why wouldn't you get a wide receiver? Even in the late rounds, even if he has to be a developmental project.
That's my guy been kind of disappointing. Yeah, we talked about it last week. Kyle Pitts.
Oh, please. Kyle Pitts. See, that's the thing I always say about tight ends. I think sometimes you think they're gonna be good, but if your offensive coordinator is not like developing routes for him and developing a scheme to help him in his early years, that could fall by the wayside. And I dislike their former coach, who was now the Steelers offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, for not doing that because he didn't.
That's our favorite coordinator.
They drafted him 4th overall. And he had a 1,000-yard season without Arthur. Now he's gone into oblivion.
All right, Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
I get them
make me mad. Anyway.
I get them a B. They got safety Malik
Starks,
Georgia.
Malachi Starks.
I'm sorry, Malachi. The book of Malachi. You need to spell it like the book of Malachi so I can pronounce it right. Edge, Mike Green from Marshall. Offensive tackle Emory Jones Jr. from where? LSU player.
No one cares.
Linebacker Teddy Buchanan from California. Offensive tackle Carson Vincent from Alabama A&M. Cornerback, how you say his name? Bilal Cohn, Western Michigan.
Actually, you got it right. I think, as far as I know, you got that right.
Praise God.
Shocked.
Kicker Tyler Luke from Arizona.
They had a gang of picks and they made them all, bro.
Wide receiver LeJontay Wester from Colorado. Defensive tackle, I ain't gonna say his first name. Peebles, Virginia Tech.
I think it's pronounced Aeneas.
Aeneas. You know what I was gonna say. Cornerback Robert Longerbean from Rutgers, and offensive guard Garrett Dellinger from where? LSU player. I like what they did, but I got him a B. They kind of got a couple of they got a few offensive line personnel. I don't know why they get wide receiver. They ain't got no quarterback.
I think this was a depth draft.
And then they got a lot of defensive players. If they pan out. John Harbaugh and the Ravens always have a good defense.
And I feel like this was a depth draft for them.
I got a
Pretty
B
sure they
for
got
him. Who you
guys.
got?
I think I got him a B because I want to say Malachi Starks is really good. Now, I don't know if I would have picked him 27, but I would have moved back probably. But,
Because he would have been there, huh?
I'm not saying he would have, but I think he was only safety picked in the first round. So I do think he would have, but I would have tried to get something early in the second to pick him. Or later in the first, it's fine. I would have done that. But then again, your later in the first is the Eagles, which are theoretically they're built similar to what the Baltimore Ravens are built like.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't want to help them either. So keep it moving.
I Buffalo Bills. I gave them. Did you give them a grade?
Yeah, I said this. We both had the same grade.
Okay, I give the Buffalo Bills a B. They got cornerback Maxwell Hairston, Kentucky, defensive tackle TJ Sanders, South Carolina, edge Landon Jackson, Arkansas, defensive tackle Deion Walker, Kentucky, cornerback Jordan Hancock, Ohio State, tight end Jackson House. I don't understand that pick. They already got two good tight ends.
That's what I'm like. I was just gonna mention that.
Cornerback Dorian Strong, Virginia Tech, offensive tackle.
I do love Dorian Strong. Dorian Strong is one of the guys I wanted for the Chiefs, but we keep him over.
Offensive tackle Chase London, Kentucky, and wide receiver Caden Prather, Maryland. Like I said, I don't know why they got Kincaid and they got Knox.
And Knox is bad. He turned out a lot better than I thought he would. But I think Knox's contract is almost up. But I agree with what you're saying. Dawson Kincaid was supposed to be, or he is supposed to be, but why didn't they pick a wide receiver?
They did.
Where is it? Way in that round? That's not a wide receiver that's going to play this year. I guess they're banking on
7th round.
What's his face to develop?
Our boy Keon Cole.
Yeah, Keon Coleman. They're expecting him to, because he understands the offense. He was teaching Amari Cooper last year, so I think he understands it.
And he got a little hurt towards the end of the season.
He did.
So if he can stay healthy, I like to see what they do.
But I don't know why you wouldn't just go ahead and draft a wide receiver, early one. But to be fair, wide receivers are getting better earlier. So more wide receivers are better now than there were. There's a lot of 1,000-yard receivers last year. So
Carolina Panthers, I gave them an A.
I gave them an A too.
They got
A minus, really, just because I can't be like you. So
I got an A minus now.
I want to hear you say this first name.
Wide receiver, last name McMillan, Arizona.
Teteroa.
That's how you say it?
Teteroa, yes.
Edge, they got Edge Nick Scorton from Texas A&M. Yeah. Edge Princely.
Now I messed his last name up. Uman Malin
from Mississippi. They got
Uman Malin.
Running back Trevor Etienne from Georgia. Safety Lathan Ransom from Ohio State. Defensive tackle Cam Jackson, Florida. Tight end Mitchell Evans, Notre Dame. And wide receiver Jimmy Horn Jr., Colorado.
Once they got Trevor Etienne, I was kind of like, dang.
Ain't that Travis' brother?
Yep.
So I like they mix it up with some young offensive talent to go with Bryce Young, and they picked up some good young defensive talent as well.
I'm not sure about Teteroa McMillan, like why they would pick him so early. He's great. In fact, I remember I would in my mind he would be a lot like Pearsall for the 49ers, but he's really good. I just don't know if I would have picked him 8. I would have tried to.
I wonder if Adam Thielen is still on the contract.
He is.
Okay.
As far as I know, but this is I think it's his last year. I just saw something on Facebook about him being drafted in like 2015 or some 2013, I think. And he's still in the league, so Anyway, yeah, Trevor Etienne, good pickup. Yeah, I do. I love what they're doing with this draft, and they did all right last year too. So
The only obstacle is Tepper. If he can just stay out the way.
Look, man, we keep saying that, but he put his infrastructure in place, and we hadn't heard from him since.
Okay.
So
I'm just saying, if he stay out,
I am completely and utterly with you. But he's been absent recently. I think he got the structure that he wants right now.
He don't want to become Jerry Jones Jr.
Hey, man.
Chicago Bears.
Is there already a Jerry Jones Jr.?
No. What's his son?
I don't remember. Steven. It's Steven.
Yeah.
Stephen.
Chicago Bears.
Stephon.
I gave him a B.
I gave him an A. I love their draft.
They got
one of the best drafts in my opinion. Continue.
They got tight end Colston Loveland from Michigan. They got Joe Boy, wide receiver Luther Burden III from where? Missouri. Offensive tackle.
Anyway,
they got offensive tackle Ozzie Trapillo, Boston College. Did I say it right or wrong?
You got it close. Closer than I thought you would. Trapillo, I think it's pronounced.
Oh, once again, all
my Trapillo.
Then they got defensive tackle Shamar Moore, baby. Nah, Shamar Turner, Texas A&M. They got linebacker Ruben.
Come on with it.
Hyperlight.
Come on with it.
The second from Maryland. This is pronounced names with Mike episode.
I know, right?
Cornerback Zai Frazier from UTSA. Offensive guard Luke Newman from Michigan State. And running back Cal. You waiting for me, ain't you?
I am.
Monengai,
yes.
From Rutgers.
Oh, man. I like their draft. They got positions of need.
Uh-huh.
They helped out
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, they helped out Caleb Williams super early with guys who should
make an immediate impact
immediately. So, because they still got Keenan Allen?
No, he's free agent.
That's what I thought.
They still got DJ Moore.
They got Roma Dunze and DJ Moore. So
you got good veterans.
You add in Luther Burden. You probably put him at the X. Look, man, and a tackle too.
Then you can run a two tight end set because they got Connect and they got this Loveland cat from Michigan.
Look, man, I'm with it.
Got another running back.
I'm here for it. I expect them to not necessarily make the playoffs, but make a little bit of noise. They might upset some people.
And they got a couple of offensive linemen.
I forgot they got that new coach. I forgot the new
Ben
coach.
Johnson.
Ben Johnson is their coach.
And they got Joe Tooney.
They might make the playoffs. Oh, yeah. Tooney's my dude.
Then they got, they drafted another offensive guard and an offensive tackle. So
the GM, I didn't think he'd last long enough to start doing these moves.
You doubted Ryan Poles?
I didn't doubt him. I doubted the Bears.
There's a difference.
I doubted the Bears for sure.
All right, we go to Cincinnati Bengals. I give them a C. They got edge.
You sitting there staring at my paper, bro.
You on your computer. I can't see that. I'm on the side of you, bro. All right, they got edge Shamar, since we just had that name. Stewart from Texas A&M. They got linebacker Demetrius Knight Jr. from South Carolina. Offensive guard Dylan Fairchild from Georgia.
It's Dylan, bro. It's Dylan.
D-Y-L-A-N.
It's Dylan. It's not Dylon.
Dylan is D-I-L-L-I-O-N.
It's not Dylon, bro. As much as we want to be after making the band too. I mean, making the band too. Yeah.
All right.
Definitely not Dylon.
Linebacker Barrett Carter, Clemson. Sorry, Dylan. Sorry. Offensive tackle Jalen Rivers from Miami and running back Taj Brooks from Texas Tech.
Yep. I actually like their draft. I think they should have drafted more for need and higher, honestly. Like they should have traded down and got more picks because I do think they need a lot. I feel like Dylan Fairchild went super early. For a guard,
round 3.
I think he went.
Okay.
I felt like he went. I felt like he was a day 3 guy.
Okay.
Not saying he's a bad prospect. I just thought he was going to go in day 3. Like his projections were more early day 3, early to mid day 3. So, but I do still like the pick. I like Dylan Fairchild. So, and I'm trying to figure out, is Jalen Rivers. I can't remember if he's a left or a right, but I guess he's just this. This is either a challenge for Amarius Mims and Orlando Brown, or this is a depth pick, Jalen Rivers from Miami. So I'm interested to see what they're trying to do here, but they want to protect old boy, your boy from where? No one cares.
LSU player.
No one cares.
All right, Cleveland Browns. I gave them suckers a C because of the quarterback. Double quarterbacking.
What? I mean,
that's why I gave them a C.
Hold on, double quarterbacking. What you mean?
They picked one in round 3, then they picked one in round 5.
It worked out for the Washington, didn't it?
You like Stefanski or you like Shanahan?
Huh?
Shanahan was the coordinator in Washington, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You like Stefanski?
Stefanski's not a coordinator though.
He's the coach.
Yeah.
He was calling some of the plays.
It's a little bit different.
He was calling some of the plays. But anyway, they got defensive tech. They started off strong. You
gave them a C?
Yeah, they started off strong.
I gave him a B.
They got defense tackle Mason Graham from Michigan, linebacker Carson
Schweisinger
for UCLA, running back
Quinshon Judkins
from Ohio State, tight end Harold Fanning Jr. from Bowling Green, quarterback Dylan Gabriel. See, that's a Dylan right there. That's how you spell Dylan. From Oregon, who beat Shador, the running back Dylan. See, they did that on purpose.
Why? No, hold on. This could play in
Sampson, from Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Then they drafted quarterback Shador Sanders from Colorado.
This plays into the idea that the NFL made them do that pick. This plays into that idea.
Why?
Because they already picked a quarterback at 3.
Round 3.
Who beat Shador?
That is true.
Head to head. So I'm not saying he's better or worse. I'm just saying he did beat Shador. And why would you pick somebody in round 3 and go turn around and pick them literally less than 50 picks later? That doesn't make – well, no, I think it is 50 exactly. 50 picks later.
Yeah.
And couple that with that not making sense, and then their facial expressions when they drafted him.
Kevin said don't pay attention to that.
Oh, please.
That's what he said.
Because the worst thing about war rooms for me, in my opinion, that I don't want to be in them is they get up and cheer and you know, high five each other and handshake each other every single pick they get. Why are we doing this? Well, not everyone, but that's what it looks like when it's on camera. And I'm like, no, can you sit down? We made the pick. You just made a pick. This just come on now.
All right, we go to your wife's favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. I give them an A, actually.
I give them a B.
Offensive guard Tyler Booker, Alabama.
And
Edge.
Go ahead.
Donovan. Why are you looking at me?
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this right.
Azariku. That's a U.
Yeah, cool. Sometimes it's cool. It's not it's cool. Normally at the end of the year.
No, I'm talking about. You said Azariku.
Cool.
No, that's a U. R-U. The I is before the R. But anyway, Donovan Big E from Boston College. Cornerback Siobhan Revel Jr., East Carolina. Running back Jaden Blue from Texas. Linebacker Shamar James, Florida. A lot of people named Shamar nowadays.
Named after their mom's favorite person.
Shamar Moore. Offensive tackle Ajani Cornelius. Ajani Cornelius, Oregon. Defensive tackle Jay Toa, UCLA. Running back Phil Maffa,
Mm-hmm.
Clemson, and defensive tackle Tommy. Let me see. Akinbesto. Akinbesto.
Sote.
Akinbesote. Onions from Maryland.
They picked. I had never seen this many more difficult looking names for you than that. I've never seen it, but
You have the field day.
it's funny. It's funny. I wasn't thinking about it when we first started this, but then I started looking. I'm like, okay,
You got to
interesting.
screw up.
I didn't think you was gonna read them all, so
I'll try.
I didn't.
Dallas Cowboys. So
the Booker pick was a good one. The
Uh-huh.
Booker pick was a good one because of Zach Martin's retirement. So they need somebody for the interior. As a Raikou, I like the edge pick. Help out what's his face, but I'm gonna tell you their third pick, Siobhan Ravel. I wanted him in Kansas City, to be honest with you, completely honest. I wanted to pick him in the third round, but it sucks.
All right, we go to Sluff Up.
And I like a Johnny Cornelius too. I like him. He just allowed 4 sacks and 35 pressures. I know we make a big deal about guys who only have less than 10, but having 4 total sacks and 35 pressures in, I think, over 1,200 pass blocking snaps, it's a big deal. So I think they got their left tackle, and they might have their left tackle of the future.
Okay. So. Now we go to Slug Duck, Denver Broncos.
What you give them? I actually gave him an A.
I got him a B.
I gave him an A.
They got cornerback
Jahade
Baring from Texas.
Or is it Jade? No, I think it's Jahade.
Running back RJ. He got the simplest name ever. RJ Harvey, UCF. Wide receiver Pat Bryant, Illinois. Edge. How you say it? Savani. Savion Jones.
Hold on, you should know this.
From where? LSU player. I just call him.
I think it's Savion, actually.
I just call him Jones from LSU player. Edge Q Robertson, Alabama.
Quandarius. I mean,
they just call him Q. QUE.
QUA.
Punter Jeremy Crawshaw, Florida, and tight end Caleb Loner from Utah.
I hate to say that I like these picks. I hate to say it. The cornerback situation, they are targeting Patrick Mahomes, and they're targeting everybody in the division, if we're going to be honest. Like we got passers in the division, and they're targeting them. But the real one I like is RJ Harvey, UCF. Let's say UFC. I wouldn't necessarily say he's Alvin Kamara, but he might be Alvin Kamara light, and I do think they'll be using him in a lot of different places, including the X receiver. I do believe that, so we'll see.
Detroit Lions. I gave them a B.
I gave them an A actually.
They got the SEC picks draft.
Yep.
Except for like 2. All right, they got defensive tackle Tyleek Williams, Ohio State. Offensive guard Tate Ratledge from Georgia, SEC. Wide receiver Isaac.
Call that man Tesla.
Tesla. From Arkansas.
Oh, stop.
SEC. They got offensive guard Miles Frazier from where? LSU.
Okay, here you go.
SEC. They got edge Ahmad Hassanin from Boise State. Then they got safety Dan Jackson from Georgia, SEC. And they got wide receiver Dominique Lovett from Georgia, SEC.
Why does every black person call a Dominique? It's Dominic, bro.
We pronounce every syllable.
There is no Dominique. This is Dominic. Dominic. Nick. Not Nick.
The C makes a K sound on this instance. So
I
you
see
got
it
my
all the
A, I
time.
got my B. So
Yeah,
so
man, I gave him an
overall analyst of this this draft.
I
for
like
the Lions.
Tyleek Williams is basically insurance, and I do think eventually he's a big dude, but
Aiden Hutchinson.
yeah, he's coming back from that injury.
Yes.
That bad looking injury. So who knows how he'll be like, there's a little trepidation when you go up for the first couple months, making sure that dude is worth it. When did he got injured in December, right? Late November?
I don't want to lie. So I don't.
So they might want to take it slow on him.
Yeah.
In the first go round.
Especially when we see the schedule, see what teams they play.
Exactly. But he's a nose tackle. So he 3 technique. I expect him to just pair along with Hutchinson, take that burden off of him. So
yeah, and they both. We still got to consider what we said last week. They got 2 new coordinators.
Oh yeah, of course. And I do obviously like Miles Frazier. I mean, he's a guard. They picked him in the 5th round. This is like where I thought Dylan Fairchild was going to go, but I do like it.
All right, Green Bay Packers. I got him an A.
I gave him a C.
They got wide receiver Matthew Golden from Texas, offensive tackle Anthony Belton from North Carolina State, wide receiver Savion.
I thought you was gonna say something else, but go
Williams, ahead. TCU. Did I get it right?
You did.
All right. Edge and Baron Sorrell, Texas. Edge Colin Oliver, Oklahoma State. Defensive tackle Warren Brinson from Georgia. Cornerback Micah Robinson from Tulane. And offensive guard John Williams from Cincinnati.
I'm gonna tell you a couple picks I like.
I like it because they went a lot of defense, and that was their weakness.
I do agree with that.
But they still did get a wide receiver.
I feel like
and some offensive line help.
I feel I got the offensive line help, which is what they needed. But I feel like they went 2 receivers in the first 3 rounds, and they went tackle in the first round. And I know they're trying to boost up the offense. I get it. But the defense is where I thought they was going to need more help. But they even got 2 edges in back-to-back picks. And then got a defense. They went defensive line heavy. But
try to get pressure. Maybe the Eagles get the blueprint. If you get the 4 right people to
look,
run.
man, that's how it works. You either the trenches is where you need to build at. And then once you build the trenches, you can build from the inside out, in my opinion. That's what I would do personally. We keep it moving.
Houston Texans, I gave them a B.
I don't know why I don't like this draft. I like it, but it's like,
what you give them?
Give them a C.
All right, they got
by all accounts, it feels like, I guess my draft this year has been my motto has been raise the floor for every team. It was for just the Chiefs, but raise the floor. That means if you do have to fall, don't fall so low that you bounce yourself out of playoffs. And then if you raise the talent level and get the lowest guys on the 53, the 52, the 51 on the roster, they need to be better and ready to start whenever you need them to. So that's my whole goal. And I don't know if they did that here.
All right, they got wide receiver Jaden Higgins from Iowa State, offensive tackle Ariante Ursery, Minnesota. Did I get it right?
Yes, you did. I love this pick, but go ahead.
Wide receiver Jalen Noel from Iowa State, cornerback Jalen Smith. They spell their name the same. USC. Running back
Jalen, offense and defense.
Running back Woody Marks from USC. That's an old school name right there. Woody.
Running back? No,
I'm talking about Woody, old school name.
That's not his first name.
Oh.
I was waiting on you to say his first name.
I don't have his first name.
Joquavius.
Yeah, I go by Woody too. They got safety Jalen Reed, Penn State, spell his name different. Cornerback Graham Mertz from Florida. Defensive tackle Keontae Hamilton, Rutgers, and tight end Luke. I want to say Lacey, but I know it's not right.
Lakey
from Iowa.
I would say. How you didn't get Keontae wrong? Anyway.
Man, that's a black name, bro. That's a hood name.
I already knew why.
You could catch me in the hood like a fish fry on a Saturday.
I think I expected more
from Houston.
Yeah. I mean, I know why they went and got Jaden Higgins, but did they have to go get Jalen Noel? Like, I get it, but it seemed like overkill to me, but it's okay. And then to get Graham Mertz, I don't know. Obviously, he's not going to start over
Watson. Oh, shoot.
Bro,
my bad.
Watson?
Watson ain't been in Houston.
Watson
I meant CJ Stroud.
Watson ain't even going to start for the Browns.
I meant CJ Stroud.
Yeah, CJ. So just a backup pick, but I do like Luke Leakey though.
All right.
He's 6'6", bro. 6'6". That's big.
Maybe your boy last draft as the Indianapolis Colts.
You think he's on the hot seat? We already know that, but we keep it moving.
Maybe this is his last draft. I gave him a B.
Okay.
What you give him?
I think I've given him a B as well.
All right, let me go through the names. Tight end Tyler Warren, Penn State. Edge JT
Tumalau,
Ohio State.
Tweedmalau, maybe.
Cornerback Justin Wiley from Minnesota. Offensive tackle Jalen Travis from Iowa State. Running back DJ Giddens
yes.
from Emo, aka Kansas State.
Steak.
I'm thinking about a steak.
I'm hungry too, bro.
Cornerback Riley Leonard from Notre Dame. Defensive tackle Tim Smith, Alabama. Linebacker Hunter Waller from Wisconsin. He had to play for Wisconsin with that.
Stop. I feel like there's a lot of needs there, and they wanted to just put talent on this team. I don't know if they're ready to compete yet, though. I think the question mark is still at quarterback.
I think if Anthony Richardson start the way he started his rookie season before he got injured, I think they will compete for the AFC South.
I agree, but that's the crapshoot. We don't know if he'll sit out that next year. So, and I do believe their coach, not Rich Gannon, not Gannon, but it's the other one that was the coordinator for the Eagles. But if it don't work this year, they might get rid of him before they get rid of the GM. Like, all crap rolls downhill. So I just figured.
Jacksonville Jaguars. I gave them a A.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm weird like that. Oh. They got wide receiver cornerback Travis Hunter, Colorado. Cornerback Caleb Branshaw.
Real quick. Only reason I gave him an A is because they got a team in the AFC South that could win this year.
Yes.
Like there's an opportunity there.
So they choked it the other year.
Yes, absolutely. Last 2 years, if we're going to be fair. So they threw talent on the team. And Cohen, I think he's wanting to get aggressive and make sure that he's ready to compete early. He's not slow burning this thing.
All right. Cornerback Kalen Ranshaw from Tulane. Offensive guard Wyatt Millum, West Virginia. Running back Rashal
Bayshul
Tootin, Virginia Tech. Linebacker Jack Kaiser, Notre Dame. Linebacker Jalen McLeod, Auburn. Safety Rayvon Lane III, Navy. Center Jonah Monham, USC, and running back LeQuint Allen, Syracuse.
Yeah, I just like the fact that they added talent.
I at least thought they might trade to go get Shador.
No, why would you do that?
I just thought they might do that.
Trevor Lawrence is okay.
He's becoming injury prone, bro.
No, he's been injury prone since that first year, since the second year.
He do got nice hair though.
Okay. Hair, long, beautiful hair. Anyway.
And his mom is fine.
I haven't seen his mom. There's this dude on TikTok that's like smash or pass.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure he already sure he already did quarterback moms, but I've never seen it.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Respectfully. Keep going.
USA
What'd you give him?
respectfully. I gave him an A.
I wasn't saying that to them, but he always says.
They got offensive tackle Josh
I give him
Simmons.
a B.
They got Josh Simmons, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive tackle Omar Norman Lott, Tennessee. Edge Ashton Gilead. Did I say that right? Gelati. Like the gelati that you eat. Louisville. Cornerback Noah Williams, California. Wide receiver Jalen Royals, Utah State. Linebacker Jeffrey Bassa, Oregon. And running back Brashard Smith, SMU.
I'm scared.
Why do y'all
I'm scared of the Simmons pick. Simmons pick. He's the best drafted. He's the consensus best tackle that there is in this draft class, except for the injury. The injury is our issue with the tackle situation as it is. It's always been our issue until OBJ came. That's not Odell Beckham. That is the other OBJ from the Ravens. And once he wanted too much, once he wanted more than he was worth, then we just been rotating, trying to figure it out. And so if this is a situation, if Simmons doesn't work out and our guy from that we got from the 49ers, I can't remember his name right now, but if those two people work out, we back to the drawing board again, and then it's basically 2021 again, all over.
Can I ask you a question?
2021. This feels like 2020 all over again. They did raise the floor. Don't get me wrong. But if Simmons doesn't work out, everybody's saying he's so great. But if he doesn't work out.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why do a lot of Chiefs fans don't like Pacheco no more?
The injury really slowed him down. For me, personally, like I think I told you this. I think there are three positions that you should always be drafting every single year. That's running back, safety, and linebacker. Because those are high impact positions. They make you don't think they make a big deal, but they do. And then if one gets injured and they play high, then your team can really break down. I felt like our team broke down when Pacheco was out. It's not saying that Hunt couldn't do it. It's just Hunt's not the guy he used to be. He's not 2020 Kareem Hunt. So I just feel like this kid from Brashard Smith, I think he should be an all-purpose back, in my opinion. Okay. And he could even line up at receivers from time to time. Okay. If he gets playing time.
Because I
don't know if he'll get playing time this year.
Crying because they wanted Chiefs to get a running back. That's why I asked you.
Oh, okay. I thought you was saying, why did they go get this running back?
No, a lot of people.
But he's 228, so I'm surprised because I definitely think they should have got a running back. And they wanted him to get him in the third round. I'm like, no. For me, I don't want running backs in the third round. When the last time you drafted a running back in the third round for the Chiefs, it was Kareem. Great prospect. But ever since then, you've been able to find success with seventh round guys. So why would we go to the third? I'm just asking.
Las Vegas Raiders. I gave them an A. Running back Ashton Jeanty from Boise State.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Wide receiver Jack
Beck,
TCU. Cornerback Darren Porter, Iowa State.
That one hurt.
I could tell when you said
that one.
Offensive guard Caleb Rogers, Texas Tech. Offensive tackle Charles Grant, William and Mary. Wide receiver Dante Thornton Jr., Tennessee. Defensive tackle Tonka Hemingway, South Carolina. Defensive tackle JJ Pegas.
That's how I pronounced it. I didn't know
Mississippi.
It was different.
Wide receiver Tommy Melot.
Yep.
Montana State. Quarterback Cam Miller, North Dakota State, and linebacker Cody Lindenberg, Minnesota.
Yeah, man. I feel like this draft was made for running backs. This draft was made to stop the run and to be able to run. All of this, and I tweeted this or X'd it. I don't know what we're saying these days. I X'd it to say that all these picks for him not to give the ball to the running back in the biggest moment.
Yeah, I know.
Like, for real. But Genty is a good pick. And then I like
maybe he learned from his mistake.
I like Cody Lindenberg. I know he's gonna be a backup, but he's a good run stuffer. And then they got the defensive interior guy from Mississippi. So
JJ Pegs.
yes, Pegs. I don't remember how you pronounce his name, but we keep it moving.
Los Angeles Chargers. They got running back Omarion Hampton.
Omarion.
His mother probably be like
28. Icebox where his heart used to be.
Oh, North Carolina. Wide receiver Trey Harris, Mississippi. Defensive tackle Jameer Caldwell, Oregon. Edge Cal Kennard, South Carolina. Wide receiver Key Andre Lambert Smith, Auburn. Tight end. Gonna help me with this name?
I thought you had it. Aronde
Gadsden the second from Syracuse. I did not have it. Offensive coordinator Branson Taylor, Pittsburgh. Safety RJ Mickens, Clemson, and cornerback Trickweezy Bridges. Is that right? From Florida.
I'm dying.
Trickweezy Bridges from Florida, baby.
I think it's Triqueeze. I think it's Triqueeze.
What did you give? I gave him a B. Now, matter of fact, I gave him a C since I can pronounce half of their draft names.
I gave him a B minus, bro.
No, I
love the Trey Harris pick. Oh Lord. I love the Trey Harris pick. I love the Kyle Kennard pick. I wanted Kyle Kennard. But Aronde Gadsden. That one's a tough name. So I give you credit for that one. Gadsden. Like that extra D trips me up every time.
So you ain't gonna give me credit for Trickweezy?
I think it's Triqueeze, bro. I think it's Triqueeze. But I like that pick, that number 5. And it just gives what's his face more targets. But Kyle Kennard is the big one.
Justin Herbert, more targets.
Yeah, I like Kyle Kennard a lot.
Okay.
Next.
All right, the Los Angeles Rams. Tight end Terrence Ferguson from Oregon. Edge Josiah Stewart, Michigan. Running back Jarquez Hunter, Auburn. Defense tackle Ty Hamilton, Ohio State. No. I'm ghetto, but I ain't that damn ghetto. Linebacker Chris Paul Jr., Mississippi. Is he Chris Paul's son?
I thought he was. I'm not. You making me guess, but
I don't know. Little Chris ain't that damn old. Wide receiver Kanate Mumpfield, Pittsburgh.
I think it's Kanata, but it might be Kanate. I don't know.
When you're a professional, it's Kanate. When you still broke, it's Kanata.
What did you?
Pittsburgh. I gave them a C.
I gave him a C too. I feel like
I don't know where they going.
I feel like this kind of draft was all over the place.
Yeah, I did too.
I felt like they just wanted the talent for sure. And I don't know why they picked the edge in the third round. I don't understand that one because they still got Jared Verse and they got, well, I know why, obviously. But they got Jared Verse and Dylan Fisk, or not, is it Fisk? His last name is Fisk, the defensive tackle. But then they went and got another defensive interior guy, Ty Hamilton. Well, I guess you got to do this when you lose Aaron Donald. You got to do this. So
place one person with like 7.
You make sense. So we keep it moving.
All right, we got Miami Marty team, the Miami Dolphins. I gave them a
B.
Yeah.
Same here.
They got defensive tackle Kenneth Grant from Michigan, offensive guard Jonah.
I messed this one up.
Savine,
Arizona.
Defensive tackle Jordan Phillips, Maryland. Cornerback Jason Marshall Jr., Florida. Safety Dante Trader Jr., Maryland. Running back Ollie Gordon II, Oklahoma State. The only Ollie we recognize is Ollie Gates, baby.
Oh, I'm surprised he went in the 6th, but we keep it moving.
Quarterback.
This the guy I was targeting.
Quarterback Quentin Ears, Texas.
Okay.
And defensive tackle Zeke Biggers, Georgia Tech. Quinn Ayers had to make this
Draft?
decision.
Oh yeah. This is,
Either portal or draft.
yeah.
Because we all know
We all know, man. Archie's about to come
Archie
in.
about to get that title. I mean, starting position.
My favorite 3 picks in this one: Kenneth Grant, Savanaye, or I can't remember how to say it, and Ollie Gordon in this draft.
This is
pick.
This is almost a good.
I think it is.
I would have gave them an A if they got more offensive help besides that offensive guard. You know what I mean?
Don't they still have Tyreek?
No, what I mean, offensive line.
Oh, line. Okay, that makes sense.
Because if Tua keep getting hit and concussed, you know what I mean.
I don't want.
You need to protect him a little bit better so he don't have to run.
Don't.
All right, we go to the Minnesota Vikings. They have. I gave them a C plus.
Gave him a B minus.
Offensive guard Donovan Jackson, Ohio State. Wide receiver Ty Belton. I mean, see, why you just gonna be Ty? Why you gotta be TAI from Maryland? Defensive line Tyron Ingram Dawkins from Georgia. Linebacker Kobe King from Penn State, and tight end Gavin Bartholomew. I ain't heard that name.
I thought you had that one.
It's in the Bible, man.
Yeah, Bartholomew
from Pittsburgh.
I thought they could have reined this draft in a little bit more. This one, personally.
Yeah, especially since you only had 5 picks.
And that's part of why I'm like, they could have reined it in, but they had 1 in the first, no second rounders, a 3rd pick,
no 4th.
Like it's just weird the way they picked. And for this team, I would have wanted more picks so I could have more to move up and down with, especially considering your boy JJ McCarthy is essentially in his rookie year. I know it's not his rookie year, but it is his first year playing. So
yeah, because of that injury.
Yeah, so I would
freak injury as that.
Yeah, but we keep it moving. But they got a tight end and a wide receiver and a guard. So
I need to know who their backup is next segment.
It's a great. I'll figure it out.
All right, we go to New England Patriots, baby.
Oh boy!
Of course, I gave them a B.
Why you say of course? Why you say of course? I actually gave them an A.
You feeling all right?
They had a good draft.
You feeling all right?
They had a good draft. They were, in my opinion, they were up there with the Bears.
All right, they got offensive tackle Will Campbell from where? LSU player.
I love that pick.
Running back Trevion Henderson from Ohio State. Wide receiver Kyle Williams from Washington State. Center Jared Wilson from Georgia. Safety Craig Woodson from California. Defensive tackle Joshua Former, Florida State. Edge Braden Swenson, LSU player. Kicker Andreas Bogales from Miami. Yo boy, offensive tackle Marcus Bryant from where? Missouri. Long snap. Who the hell draft a long snapper, bro?
Hey man,
Julian Ashby Vanderbilt and cornerback Kobe Minor from Memphis is mystery relevant.
Once you draft a long snapper, you better be there for a long time. That's what the long part means. Speaking of which, on the depth chart for the backup quarterback, Sam Howell. Then you also got Brett Rippon and Max Brosmer. So, yeah.
JJ can't afford to get hurt.
Of course he can't. He can't afford. No, definitely can't afford to get hurt. But back to what we were talking about.
The Patriots, what grade? You gave my A.
I gave him an A for sure. I actually was super surprised at their pick. I'm like, what's his name coming back with a vengeance? Miami, better watch out.
All right.
If he can figure out how to do this in 1 year with Drake May in his second, I think they could be
Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, I think they could be second in the division.
Only against the Bills.
Yeah,
we gotta take the Bills down, baby.
Look. I think the Bills got to take a step back sometime soon. I don't know if it's gonna be this year.
No, it won't.
But
be
maybe
this
next year or the year after that. But
I think the decline will start next year.
It's coming. It's coming.
The New Orleans Saints. I give them a C.
I gave him a B. I love the Kelvin Banks pick. I don't know why, but he was my number 3 tackle for the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
My first one was Connerly from Oregon, and next was Simmons, and then the last one was Kelvin Banks. So,
all right, so they got offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas, quarterback Tyler Show, Louisville, head scratcher.
You know what? Take it back down to a C. I'm sorry. I forgot about this Tyler Show pick. I didn't understand it then.
Yeah, you don't. I understand it. They tanking for Archie.
No. Oh, yeah, that makes
defensive line.
Because this should have been me and I think me and you and
Mo
was talking that we thought Shador would go around this area to the New Orleans Saints. It just didn't happen.
Defensive line.
They tanking for your boy.
Defensive line, Vernon Broughton, Texas. They need to stop saying defensive line. I be thinking talk about defensive low. Down low.
Okay.
Yeah. Safety Jonas. Right. Safety Jonas Sanker, Virginia. Linebacker Danny Stutzman, Oklahoma. Cornerback Quincy.
Danny Stutzman sounds like a true cowboy.
He does.
He sounds like he's gonna be in a rodeo here soon.
Cornerback Quincy Riley, Louisville. Running back Devin Neal, Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, Kansas.
Here you go. That's the new scat back.
Tight end. Why are you looking at me? All right. Malachi
Mataveo.
That ain't no Malachi.
It is.
Well, he's from UCLA. And Edge. Fadil Diggs from Syracuse. So I got to see.
Another Diggs in the league. I don't know if he's related to him.
Probably so.
He is, but I don't know how. I told you what my grade is a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you went down to a C.
Yeah, just because of the Tyler Show pick. But I do love the Kelvin Banks pick.
The New York Football Giants.
What'd you give them?
Actually, I gave them bums an A.
Gave him a B.
Edge Abdul Carter, Penn State.
I gave him a B for this pick right here. The next one.
Quarterback Jackson Dart, Mississippi.
Jackson Dart,
Mississippi. Defensive tackle Darius Alexander, Toledo. Running back Cam Scatterbo, Arizona State. Offensive tackle Marcus
Mbao,
Purdue. Tight end Thomas Fiden II, Nebraska.
Fedone.
And cornerback Corey Black from Oklahoma State.
I love the Fedone pick.
Uh-huh.
I actually think he's going to be really good in the league. It's just going to might take him a second. Scatterbo, they picked him around the time I would have picked him, or 4th round.
Uh-huh.
Darius Alexander, I thought he would go in the second.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they got good value for him there. The Jackson Dart pick is no for me. It's a no.
Okay.
And they did this mess. Just so they can get off the Shador train.
Okay.
I think everybody that picked quarterbacks early got off the Shador train, and then the Browns had to pick the short straw. But we keep it moving.
Uncle Charles, New York Jets. Jets, Jets. I got him a B.
I gave them an A, actually.
They got offensive tackle Armand
Mambu
from where?
Missouri.
Then the next pick, they took tight end Mason Taylor from where? LSU player.
You was ready for that.
Oh, yeah. Cornerback. Quit looking at me. Azariah. They ain't how they spell Azariah in the Bible.
No.
Florida State.
They pronounce every syllable.
Stop it. Wide receiver Arian Smith from Georgia. Safety Malachi Moore. See, that's how you spell Malachi, like the Bible. From Alabama. Linebacker Francisco. Help me with this one.
This one I'm going to have a tough time with.
Magui. Miami. And Edge Tyler Barron from Miami as well.
Edge. Yeah.
So I gave them a B, man.
I gave them an A just because they need an infusion of talent, and I think they got it with Armand Mambu. I think that's gonna be. I'm trying to remember their quarterback is
Your
the
boy,
kid from the Pittsburgh Steelers who used to be with
Jason Fields.
Justin Fields. That's it.
Justin.
So they're protecting Justin Fields, trying to figure out whether they're gonna keep him.
Which they won't.
I don't think they will. But I like Arian Smith, and I
Mhm.
like the linebacker Francisco Magua.
Do Aaron Glenn get the coach 3 years?
He should get at least 2. They can't be
Uh,
they can be abysmal this year. They can't be abysmal next year.
So he won't make 3 years?
I hope he does. I didn't want him to take that job because
Me neither.
Just not
The front office is a load of crap right now.
not a fit for me.
All right, Mo Hortons, Philadelphia Eagles.
Hate y'all.
I give
so
them
much.
I give them an A.
So much. So do I. You jerk.
They got linebacker.
I say that respectfully. Respectfully, of course.
I don't, you idiot. Linebacker Jahai. Matter of fact, you blocked.
Jahai Campbell, Alabama, linebacker.
Safety Andrew Mukaba.
Actually, you got that decent.
Texas.
Yep.
Defensive tackle. See, this is a tie.
That's their CJ Gardner Johnson replacement right there.
This is the tie.
Okay.
See, Ty Robinson, Nebraska. Ty.
Ty.
Cornerback Mac McWilliams. I don't know why I'm about to say McMillan.
McMillan, I know you were.
Mac McWilliams, UCF. Linebacker.
Smell.
I was gonna say that. Mandan Jr., Georgia. Cornerback Drew Kendall, Boston College. Quarterback Kyle McCord, Syracuse. Offensive tackle Miles Hinton, Michigan. Offensive tackle Cameron Williams, Texas. And edge Antoine Powell, Ryland from Virginia Tech.
That's a value pick right there. That's a good value pick for the future right there. Good rotational piece. One thing I will say, this Georgia linebacker here, come on, man. They can't keep getting away with it.
You about to cry?
No. I was about to pretend like I was crying, but who was I talking about before you so rudely interrupted me?
Georgia,
Ismael Mondon. Yeah. Dude is basically Georgia's version of what the linebacker we just paid, the Chiefs just paid.
Bolton?
Yeah, he's basically him. And when I say basically him, I mean he's a sure tackler. He's the one that's going to disrupt a lot of people when he does finally get to play more full-time snaps.
Okay.
He had a good like a 8 or 9% missed tackle rate during his college career.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was amazing when I heard it on the draft coverage.
All right, now we go to the Aura's Pittsburgh Steelers.
What you give them?
I gave them an A.
So did I. I thought that was a good draft this year.
They got defensive tackle Derek Harmon from Oregon.
Yeah.
Running back Caleb Johnson from Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Edge Jack Sawyer from Ohio State. Defensive tackle Yaya Black from Iowa. Quarterback Will Howard, Ohio State. Former Emar K-Stater. Linebacker Carson Bruner from Washington. And cornerback Dante Kent from Central Michigan.
I like the Jack Sawyer pick a lot. And didn't what's his face leave?
Yes.
The running back.
Yes.
What's his name?
I forgot.
Not ETN, it's the other one. But either way, Caleb Johnson's a good pick. I think he went. I felt like it was a little early, but they obviously chose him because they thought somebody else was gonna pick him. So, but I do like the Caleb Johnson pick. We keep him.
Big Fish, Niner Nation. Big Fish.
I want to know his thoughts of this one because I actually think a lot of people had different grades for this.
I gave him a B.
I gave him a C, but it's a C plus, like a close B.
Okay, they got edge Michael Williams, Georgia.
Yep.
Defensive tackle. Go ahead.
Which we understand why.
Defensive tackle Alfred Collins, Texas.
Which we understand why in that one too.
Linebacker Nick Martin, Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Cornerback Upton Stout, Western Kentucky. Defensive tackle C.J. West, Indiana. Wide receiver Jordan Watkins, Mississippi. Running back Jordan James, Oregon. Safety Marquise Sigel, K-State Emo. Quarterback Curtis Rourke, Indiana. Offensive guard Connor Colby, Iowa. And wide receiver Junior Virgin, Montana.
I would have picked the quarterback earlier. Second round, third round. I'm not paying, buddy. It's not happening. Period. It's not happening.
No.
I'm not paying you $50 million.
Brock Purdy?
Yes, I'm not doing it.
You
That's
should have got
not
Fedor.
happening. I'm not saying that because
No, I'm just saying.
what's his face wants too much control, and whether he gets it or whether he doesn't, I think they're too scared that Deion's gonna be involved. But he too busy with Colorado right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, you still have in the press conference. Well, Deion said, blah blah blah. You don't want to answer all them damn Deion questions.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying me if I'm a coach.
And I agree with that. Most of the time, I withdraw from a situation if I don't want to hear what they got to say. So I definitely get it.
But regardless, I'm just saying soon you click on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, Shannon.
Yeah.
Then you're in a verbal spat and it's confusing the team. Then you have to do
the 49ers.
something.
This draft was welcome back, Robert Saleh.
Yes.
This was that. Welcome back.
You look like Mace.
Your dreams were I'm going old school. Your ticket out.
You look like the Cotters. The Black Virgin.
But yes, this was definitely for him. But we keep it moving.
Seattle Seahawks. I gave them
a B. No, actually give him. Nope, I give him a B. They had a gang of picks.
Offensive
late
guard Gray Zabel, North Dakota State. A lot of North Dakota State gloves now. Safety Nick.
No, I thought guard. He's guard. They got him as tackle, but I don't know why I wrote it down as tackle. Stupid.
Safety Nick Emma Menroor. How you say it?
Even worry, bro.
South Carolina tight end Elijah. Aurora.
I love that pick. The
safety. Miami.
Yes. Elijah Arroyo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quarterback Jalen Milroe, Alabama. He might start over Drew Lock. Defensive line Riley Mills, Notre Dame. Wide receiver Torrey Horton,
Colorado State.
Mo Horton cousin.
Shut
I
up.
don't know if it is or not.
Shut up.
Fullback. Well, the last time somebody drafted a fullback. Robbie Outs. How do you say his name?
I think it's Outs.
Alabama offensive guard Bryce.
Bro is 274 pounds.
Bryce. How you say Bryce last name?
Oh.
Cable Duel?
Yeah, that's how I pronounce it.
From where? Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, Kansas. Running back Damian Martinez, Miami.
I actually really like these picks.
Offensive tackle Mason Richmond, Iowa, and wide receiver Ricky White III, UNLV.
My favorite picks was obviously they picked up 2 tight ends. That was weird.
They might run a 2 tight end set.
I thought Gray Zabel was a little early because I think they label him as a guard. I think he can kick out to the tight tackle, but North Dakota State, I just don't. He would have never got picked under Pete Carroll on the first round. Not happening. So I like the pick for that purpose. But the safety from South Carolina and the tight end, the next 2 picks in the second round, I love those picks. Right. Arroyo especially.
All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They get a B from me.
I gave them a C because I felt like this is go year this year. They did what they could last year, and this year I think that they need to hit the ground running, especially in the AFC South. And I don't know if this
NFC South.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm thinking we on the Titans. Wrong. Cancel that.
Tampa Bay.
I actually give them a B.
Same as me. Wide receiver Emeka
Egbuka. They mocked him to the Chiefs
Ohio
so
State.
many times they thought he was going to fall to 32. I'm like, I don't think he's falling to 32 just because of the Ohio State factor.
Cornerback Benjamin Morrison, Notre Dame. Cornerback Jacob Parrish, Emo, K-State. Edge David Walker, Central Arkansas. The only Central Arkansas player we ever recognize is Scottie Pippen, baby. Edge Elijah Roberts, SMU. And wide receiver Tez Johnson, Oregon.
I feel like SMU's getting big time run these days.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they getting big time run these days. Shout out to SMU. David Walker, one of my favorites out of this for them. Of course, Benjamin Morris. I enjoy that, but it's interesting that they went cornerback in both rounds, in both second and third. So I'm interested to see how that happens.
Tennessee Titans, I give them a B.
I give them, I don't know. Let's call it an A minus. So close.
Quarterback Cam Ward, Miami. Edge.
You think that was the wrong pick?
Time will tell.
Of course, on all this, time will tell.
But
your initial thought?
I think he was the consensus number one.
I think I would pick him too.
Edge,
he's the one I want to build around.
How you say his name? Alawafemi.
Aladejo.
Aladejo, UCLA.
Or is it Aladejo? I couldn't remember.
Nah, well, the only hole we know is at Shady Lake, baby. Safety Kevin Winston Jr., Penn State.
Go ahead.
Wide receiver Chimere Dyke, Florida.
I think it's DK, but go ahead.
Tight end Gunnar Helm, Texas. Wide receiver Eric Ayo Maynor, Stanford.
Yep.
Offensive guard Jackson Slater, Sacramento State. Cornerback Marcus Harris, California, and running back Khalil Mulligans.
It's Khalil Mullings, sir. My favorite pick. My favorite pick out of this is obviously Ward. Second favorite is Kevin Winston from Penn State. Okay. I think they'll be doing a good job with them.
And we got one more team, Washington Commanders.
This is the guy that I wanted.
Offensive tackle Josh Conley Jr., Oregon. Cornerback Trey Amos, Mississippi. Wide receiver Jalen Lane, Virginia Tech. Linebacker Kane
Medrano,
UCLA. And running back Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, yeah. Arizona.
I think they didn't have enough picks. If they had more picks, they would have probably been up there with the Eagles. So I gave them a B minus.
I gave them a B.
And B minus. So like I told you, I love the Josh Conley pick. I like the Trey Amos pick. Not love. And yeah, those are two that I want to make mention of. So that's it. A little extra time today, but I knew that would happen.
So we love giving y'all the grades and stuff. So, like I said, next scheduled show is in 2 weeks. Because the release show is May 14th, which is a Wednesday. Usually they do it on the Thursday, but it's a Wednesday. And I know a lot of people, especially somebody on my team, gonna start doing their vacation time around that, so they can go see their Raiders. So it's gonna be a good time
for you.
So until next time, be safe, be easy, and remember, fat meat is greasy.
Deuces.